Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, watching local channels, ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS's local news is becoming easier than ever with improved options for free online. Alaska's largest cable TV company is also losing 70% of its customers in just 4 years. No wonder it's looking at shutting down its cable TV service. And a new study says something I've been telling you for a while. Cord cutters are actually saving more money now than they did this time last year. But there's one key reason why. I've told you about this, but we'll break it down as now we have a study backing up what I've already been telling you. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First, though, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, check out the show notes down below, and in the first pinned comment, I'll put a link to each story so you can read about them for yourself there. And if you like what we do, consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know to recommend these videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV. We do videos every single day here. But Monday through Friday, we do a video just like this, breaking down the news. Let's dive into it. All right. One of the original leaders in streaming local news for free online has been NewsOn. And now they've launched a new updated version of their NewsOn app on Roku. With this, you get a ton of new features for 285 local TV stations and 135 markets. I have, where I live, multiple stations here offering news, but with it you get new interactive weather maps with zoomable national radar to get that. Trending station maps. Very tragic event happened in Wisconsin. I hate this is a great example, but I hate to use it, where through this service you can jump and watch the local news, because often they have some of the best coverage of what's really happening, not just in tragic things like that, but weather related events and more. And this is a great option for that. So even if you don't live somewhere, you can see something big happening in a part of the country and watch a local news station from there. They also are growing a What's On original series of daily segments, dives into unique and trending news stories. So some original video content there. And mobile-centric features on the new iOS and Android app have been enhanced for short-term content, polls, user commenting, and push alerts about live news coverage happening. Really great to see live local news getting some support here in a day and age where it's increasingly being cut back. There's more and more TV stations cutting back on local news. It's nice to see NewsOn trying to give them more eyeballs by making an app much better to watch locals. I have used NewsOn now 6-8 years, something like that. It's been well over 5, I know that for sure. And I've very well been pleased with it. Yes, I've seen the comments. There are other services that do this too, but try them all. They're all free. Zim, Haystack, NewsOn are 3 of the larger ones that focus almost exclusively on local news like this. Check them out. Really good options for that. I tell you, still some of the best news is local news out there. Unfortunately, it's still facing some of the main issues. Large news is also. All right, let's keep moving on to the next story. Alaska's largest cable TV company has lost 70% of its subscribers in just 4 years. Since 2020, GCI, Alaska's largest cable TV provider, went from 70,000 subscribers in 2020 down to just 20,000 subscribers in 2024. With that, they have announced that next year they will cease operation of their TV service, continue to offer mobile and internet services, but no longer become a cable TV company as we know it now. One of the things that's been revolutionary in Alaska has been Starlink. I've actually known people who live there that use it, and they cannot speak highly enough of it. Is it perfect? No, but compared to what they had before, huge improvement. And with this has turned into a rise of streaming on demand and live, putting pressure and speeding up cord cutting in Alaska in a way that we have not. Now, Starlink is not the only reason that's happened. There is improved 5G home internet, fiber, and cable expanded in more areas, bringing high-speed internet there. Especially in small rural areas of Alaska, Starlink has been huge. Have you ever heard of local tribes up there paying for the equipment, buying it for their residents, and then the residents pay the monthly fees, connecting small tribal towns that may only have air routes in most of the year now to the internet 24/7. It's really cool to see. I'm excited to see there's more services like Starlink launching. I love that. I think this is really kind of closing that so-called digital divide we hear so much about. So very excited. But with that, it's helped cord cutting expand to areas where before there was no options. I love to see that happen. I don't think GCI is alone. I've heard similar stories from many small cable companies who aren't publicly traded, so they don't have to actually report their subscriber numbers, but I've heard them say similar things, that the vast majority of the customers no longer use the TV service. Though we may not have hard numbers like this, it's quite impressive to see 70% of your customers leave in just 4 years. That's kind of scary. All right, let's keep moving on to the next story up. We hear a lot about, the cost of streaming, and with several major high-profile streaming services raising the prices, and several cable TV companies this fall doing the same. But with that, we've also seen cord cutters actually start saving money. I've talked about this a lot, but reviews.org came out with a report that shows that cord cutters actually saw the average monthly spending decrease $13, with the average now being $42 a month spent on streaming, down from $55. And the reason why, they say cord cutters are cutting back on streaming, either downgrading from ad-free to ad-supported in some, or cutting out services completely. I've said that for a while. Our numbers have shown us that at the peak of 2020, 6 or 7 streaming services were very common, as that's all we had time to do in 2020. You weren't going out and doing big things in public. Since then, we've dropped back down to pre-2020 levels to 3 or 4, and actually in our most recent survey, 3 or less increases becoming more and more common in number of streaming services people subscribe to, with many cord cutters ditching expensive live TV services for cheaper on-demand only services, helping them save a significant amount of money. We saw that recent report that the average cord cutter spends well over or average cable TV customer spends well over $100 a month just on cable TV. Seeing the average cord cutter spend just $42 a month is interesting. How much are you spending? If you don't subscribe to a live TV service, so forget Hulu Plus Live, YouTube TV, Fubo, the small minority of cord cutters actually pay for those. The vast majority do not. How much do you pay? What's your average cable or TV bill back in the day? If you remember, what are you paying for streaming now? I think for most people, they save a lot of money, but leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I want to hear from you and what your thoughts are on that. Let's keep moving along. Gilmore Girls is coming to Hulu. It went live over the weekend. If you're Gilmore Girls, all seasons are now streaming on Hulu. It says Hulu is trying to bolster their lineup of more content to attract more subscribers. T-Mobile and Starlink, we were just talking about that, have launched beta testing. This is still early testing for its cell phone service from space, as T-Mobile called it, cell phone towers in space. What this is allow customers to use text messaging and eventually more from their phone on T-Mobile's network through the Starlink space satellite services, allowing communication as long as you have line of sight to the sky pretty much. You'll be able to stay connected in case of an emergency. Say goodbye to dead spots and hello to emergency help. Who here has ever remember the day when you break down the side of the road pre-cell phone? Never fun. But there's still a lot of parts of the country that don't have cell phone coverage. It's great to see this as an option to make sure you always get coverage and can cover or be covered in case of an emergency. Really do love to see that. And our last story up of the day before we get into a few other things, Comet TV's is announced its holiday cheer marathons of sci-fi magic this December, including fun, weird things like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, Comet mega movies out there, miniseries, and a whole lot more coming to Comet. If you're a fan of sci-fi, you should check out the free Comet service out there, now available both over the air and streaming in different markets depending on where you live. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic, it's hard to believe we're just over a week away. 1 week from today is Christmas Eve. I have videos all this week and a good chunk of next week. No, of course, video on Christmas Day here. No matter what you may do, I know a lot of people are about to head out for the maybe the rest of the year, maybe just for the holidays. Maybe you're just busy at Christmas parties and meetings and all the kinds of fun stuff. But I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, whatever you may celebrate, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. I know I'm late on some of this. I apologize. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I really appreciate your support in 2024. I still can't believe the record growth here with the channel. Thank you. Your support has meant so much to me this year. And hopefully we helped you learn something about cord cutting or helped you save a little bit of money. That would be awesome if we did. But until tomorrow, take care, be safe. If you're gone, hey, I'll see you when you get back from your trip. Safe travels. Take care, everybody. Be safe.